Nova Logic made a name for themselves back in 1992 with Comanche Maximum Overkill, an arcadish helicopter sim with amazingly realistic terrain. The sequel to that landmark title is Armored Fist, a modern tank warfare simulation. Nova Logic has kept the arcade-like real-time action, but this time they've added a strong strategic element.
You know, I'm convinced that you hardcore sim people just don't grasp the concept of gaming for fun. That's why I'm surprised you like Armored Fist. Yeah, it may be a sim, but it's 100% fun, and I thought that would have been lost on you. In Armored Fist, you can play from either the eastern or western side, with Soviet or American hardware supporting you. The American battle tank you'll pilot is the M1A2 Abrams. The supreme Soviet rig you'll bust tanks with is the T-80.
You'll also pilot 2 infantry fighting vehicles, which are lighter than battle tanks but make good support vehicles. On the American side is the Bradley IFV. Its Russian counterpart is the BMP-2. You'll use these to take out soft targets like satellite dishes. The missions take place in the Middle East. The first time Russian and American tanks faced each other in battle was in Operation Desert Storm, and Nova Logic keeps its conflicts close to the historical facts. This should please those who like their military sims to be accurate.
People like you mean. I honestly wouldn't care if they staged the whole game in Dayton, as long as they gave me lots of enemy tanks to shoot at. Lack of targets isn't a problem, so I'm pretty happy.
Learning to pilot a tank proved to be a lot easier than I thought it would. Movement was obvious, and targeting and shooting were a breeze. If you have a Thrustmaster FCS or a CH Flight Stick Pro, you use the hat switch to control the turret.
Piloting the tanks in Armored Fist may not be the most realistic military combat out there, but to its credit, it's very easy to jump into. Once you browse through the manual, you should have no trouble getting the basics down. For this reason, Armored Fist should appeal to gamers who don't normally play military sims. As if dealing with enemy tanks wasn't enough, you'll also have helicopters to contend with. They're faster than you ever thought of being and have the weapons it takes to turn your heaviest armor into Swiss cheese.
The Soviets will sick Hind gunships on you to keep you from wrecking their T-80s, while the Americans come armed with the AH-64 Apache. They'll hit you hard, but as a consolation, you can always call in your own airstrikes. The inclusion of tactical planning is a strong addition to the fighting. From your command control vehicle, you get a bird's-eye view of the battle. From here, you can assign your unit's new orders and waypoints.
You can also edit some of the missions from this screen. You can even build your own missions. You can command up to 4 squads of up to 4 units each, so Armored Fist is rich with strategic opportunity. And if you get hammered too hard, you can play the mission over and give yourself extra tanks. One thing Armored Fist does better than any other tank game is smoke. When you waste an enemy tank, it billows thick black smoke, and you can drop your own smoke grenades for cover. All that translucent smoke looks great drifting across the screen.
The use of smoke is important here. These tanks target by line of sight, so smoke can provide cover, especially from the Soviet tanks, and it can be a lifesaver when the copters start circling like buzzards. Some of the missions you'll play take place at night, allowing you to play with the tank's night vision capabilities. Even with good night vision, the After Dark missions can easily take on a panicked, claustrophobic quality.
Yeah, I liked them too. They really make you edgy, because when a tank gets damaged, the night vision is one of the first things to go. You'll be sweating every hit when you play night missions.
Once you feel comfortable with your tanks, you may want to try out the alternative view. This increases the size of your battle window by reducing the amount of instrumentation you see. This makes the action even more intense, and it's a whole lot of fun.
You're acknowledging the existence of fun again, and it startles me. But you're right, Armored Fist is a blast. I don't care about the strategic bit, although I didn't feel burdened by it. I like to blow stuff up, and that's what Armored Fist is all about.
Nova Logic has done a fantastic job with Armored Fist. This is a great entry in their line of voxel space games. It has the fast action that made Comanche such a success, plus good control over tactics. If you're looking for an action game that makes you think like an officer, this is it.
I'm not really qualified to judge whether Armored Fist is a realistic military sim or not, and I don't care. It's a hell of a lot of fun to play, and if I have to do some thinking to win, that's okay too. Armored Fist is a game any Comanche fan should check out.